Hello, everyone, and welcome to The Proper Take. It is Saturday, the 10th of September. We have plenty of action for you today in both college and one game for you in baseball, but we feel really good about that baseball game. We're going to start off with our college picks. We have 10 for you, and we're going to be saying the units straight after it, so this video isn't too long. So just make sure to note them down as we go along. The first game we're going to be looking at is going to be the Missouri versus Kansas State game. Martinez is the quarterback for Kansas State now. They did beat South Dakota last week, but weren't really convinced in him, and I haven't been convinced in him over the years. So I do think Missouri's going to cover that plus 7.5 because I do think they can put up points. Next game we're going to be looking at is going to be Ohio State versus Arkansas State. Sorry, we're taking Missouri for 3 units there, plus 7.5 for 3 units. All right, next game we're going to be looking at is going to be the Ohio State versus Arkansas State game. Ohio State didn't really get their offense going last week. We do think they're going to get their offense going this week, and we feel like minus 44.5 is a lot of points, but we like them to win on both sides of the field pretty convincingly, so we're going to be taking them at that high amount, minus 44.5 for 3 units. Next game we're going to be looking at is Central Michigan versus South Alabama. We like the way Central Michigan played at Oklahoma State last week. They put 44 points up against that team, which isn't easy. South Alabama didn't really play anyone difficult. They beat Nicholls State, but we like Central Michigan to win by a touchdown at least, so they're minus 6, so we're taking them for 3 units. Next game we're going to be looking at is going to be Colorado versus Air Force. Now, Air Force have been good over the last couple of years, but we really liked what we saw, especially in the first half, out of that young quarterback from Colorado last week against TCU. We feel like he can put up a lot of points and stay within 17.5 points of the Air Force. There's a possibility they can win too. Plus 575 is their underdog. It wouldn't surprise me if Colorado win that game. And so we're going to take them at 3 units. Next game we're going to be looking at is going to be Iowa State versus Iowa. Always a huge game, this one. Always fun to watch, not because of the offense, obviously, because Iowa doesn't have much of it, but just because of the intense rivalry in the game. We like Iowa State plus 3.5. We know their defense is great over there, but I think they're going to keep it close. And if Iowa do win, I don't see them putting up much points. So I will take them winning by a field goal. Next game is going to be Michigan State versus Akron. Minus 34.5 for Michigan State. Akron struggled to beat St. Francis. They won in overtime last week. So we think Michigan State are going to cover that 34.5. And we're taking them for 3 units. Also, I got to mention, we're taking Iowa State, for 4 units at plus 3.5. Forgot to put that in there. So that is a little more. We're probably going to go over these at the end, seeing as we've confused the numbers a little bit as we've gone along. Next game's going to be Arizona State versus Oklahoma State. 11.5 is the points. As we say, Oklahoma State gave 44 points up to Central Michigan last week. So we are going to be taking Arizona State at plus 11.5. We're taking that one for 3 units. Next game's going to be Virginia Tech versus Boston College. So these next 3 bets are our favorite, as well as the Iowa State one. Virginia Tech are minus 2.5 against Boston College. Virginia Tech lost to Old Dominion last week. We had them last week. We watched that whole game thoroughly, as we do with a lot of them. We've got 5 screens behind us, and we have 3 in front of us. So we have 8 games going on at the same time. And looking at the Virginia Tech, they should have really should have just blown Old Dominion out. They just couldn't close out in the red zone. We're hoping they fix those kinks against that Boston College team, and they're going to win minus 2.5. So we're taking them for 4 units. Next game is going to be the BYU versus Baylor game. We had South Florida last week, and that was a bad decision against BYU, not because of how good BYU is, but because how bad South Florida still are. Didn't see BYU do anything special or anything great. They just played good football. But against Baylor, it's going to be a different story because they're a much better team. +3, we're taking Baylor, so we're buying half a point on that one, and we're taking them for 4 units. We really like Baylor in that one. The last game we're taking in football is going to be between the Arizona versus Mississippi State game. Arizona upset San Diego State last week. Mississippi State beat Memphis by 26 points, but Memphis looked terrible. Again, just kind of like the Baylor, South Florida game. I think Memphis didn't look great at all last week. They let them walk all over them. This game's Arizona. I'm going to be taking Arizona +10.5 for 4 units. Okay, so they're going to be our 10 college bets for the day, and that's going to be Missouri +7.5, 3 units. Ohio State, -44.5 for 3 units. Central Michigan -6 for 3 units. Colorado +17.5 for 3 units. Iowa State +3.5 for 4 units. Michigan State -34.5 for 3 units. Arizona State +11.5 for 3 units. Virginia Tech -2.5 for 4 units, Baylor +3 for 4 units, and Arizona +10.5 for 4 units. That's our 10 bets in college. I want to go 7-3 in college, and that will be a great day for us with the main 4-unit games winning, hopefully. In baseball, we're only taking 1 game, and it's an early game, so make sure you get on it. It's that Yankees-Rays game, okay? Yankees are -115. We are taking the Yankees for 6 units. I don't care. I don't care what's happened. I'm frustrated with the Yankees just as much probably as anyone else, but we really like them tomorrow. Numbers are all screaming at us. Take Yankees for 6 units, so that's what we're going to do. All right, so that's 11 games total tomorrow. A lot of money on the line for us tomorrow, so it's going to be a big Saturday. Let's kill it, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below, like this video, and we'll catch you again on the next episode where we will be giving out our NFL picks, which can't wait for that. So we'll catch you again tomorrow.